Hi everyone. So I'm Chloe, marketing manager at Ludogram, and today I'm so excited to talk about Firebird, our first production in the studio. I'm with a special guest today, FibreTigre. Do you want
Hello.
to introduce yourself a bit?
Yes, I'm FibreTigre. I am the writer of Firebird, and I've done a couple of games in the past, like out there. And right now, my main job is doing actual play on Twitch.
That's that's amazing. You do great things, I think. And I wanted to ask you, when did you start to write Firebird approximately? Because we are about to release it soon, but it has started a few years back, if I'm right.
Yeah, but it's a long story. Do you want me to tell you the whole story or just the short one?
You can go with the short one.
Okay, so it was a long time ago, like 10 years ago. I met Quentin Vijou and we decided to make point and click with Adventure Game Studio. And we made a beautiful point and click because Quentin Vijou is a great drawer and he's great at animation. Anyway, the point and click was called Corridor Inc. It was very cute, but we never did finish it. And then, like 5 years later, I was working at Miklo. We just made out there, and we were contacted by at the time by a Russian company that made a game about trucks called Spin Tires. It's a 3D game in which you have a big truck and you have to progress in the mud. And we were wondering if we could make a narrative DLC to Spin Tire. It's a strange idea, but it was worth the thinking I put in it. And I came with a nice story. And then I met Quentin Vijou in the street of Paris. He told me, "Oh, it's too bad we never made a game together." And I told him about the possibility of making a visual novel set in Russia with all the idea I had with Spin Tire. Miklo took the Miklo, which is a production editor, an editor in the video game, said he was interested at the beginning, but he had a lot of game to do later. So he just told me, FibreTigre, we don't have much time for this kind of projects. So we kept on doing the game outside Miklo, and then I met Edouard at Ludogram, and Firebird was made inside Ludogram.
Very nice. You know what? Let's just dive into it and we can elaborate a bit more about it. Talking about the truck, um, you were mainly inspired by Slavic folklores, if I'm not wrong, because the Firebird and the Grey Wolves, they are kind of related. Could you maybe explain a bit more about it?
Yeah, it comes from several meeting and thinking I made by the time I was doing out there, because we went in a lot of convention, game developer convention all around the world, and I met, I don't know, Indonesian developer, Russian developer, and they were always making things like um, match 3 games or Marvel inspired game, and I told them I was thinking that's too bad because they have so much things to say about their country. And out there was a huge success in Russia because it was remembering them of Yuri Gagarin, and I wanted to dig a little bit the Russian lore, Russian mythology, and I discovered that in Siberia, in the Russian mythology, you have gods that are as old as Sumerian god, like 10,000 years old, and you have a very rich mythology. So the pitch, the elevator pitch of Firebird is remember Big Trouble in Little China, but it's the truck driver is a woman, and it's set in Siberia with the Siberian folklore. So that's pretty much sum up what Firebird is.
Yeah, as you just said, the Slavic folklore is very rich. I know that there are many people telling them on the internet, YouTube mainly, and that's very interesting because it's so different of what we used to hear in general, and
Yes.
very interesting.
Yeah, the truck is called Firebird. There is a passenger, a guest in the truck called uh, Vassilissa.
Yes,
Vassilissa, okay.
that's right.
I had to remember it. The Grey Wolf is a mythological figure. Ivan and the Grey Wolf are mythological figures. So this is a retelling of an old tale that is constantly told in Russia about the Firebird, the Grey Wolf, and so on. That was something interesting to do.
Nice. You know what? Let's go forward the game. Let's move on the game. So we are currently playing Mariska, so a young truck driver,
Yeah.
and we are in trouble. Not gonna lie. We don't have the beginning of the game in the demo, but we are in trouble, and we are about to meet this mysterious passenger who is a young girl, and we have Ivan right now, and we have also many choices to make. We have only two right now, but the choices will impact the adventure, and
The many choices you have in the visual novel impact the outcomes of the adventures, but the relationships with people, and that even the relationship you have with yourself as an hero. The Russia, I may say something that is not really true, but Russia used to be Soviet/communist country with dreams of an utopia, communist utopia, and quite abruptly came into a capitalist nation. And you have the hero Mariska always hesitates between being somebody that can help freely people that are far from where she lives, and spend the she has not a lot of money, but she has the ability to spend money or resources to help them. This is quite a generous way of life, but she always think about how to earn more money, because this is the system, and she wants to have a better life, and this is a conflict she has in herself.
yes, and talking about money, this is one of the resources we have in the game, among the gas and the truck condition, and we have to pay a lot of attention about it, because if if we break our truck or we run out of gas or money, this is a game over. So we have to be very careful about it.
Yes, it was not implemented in the first prototype of Firebird, but Miklo at the time said it may be interesting if you add some kind of resource management in the game. Then, when we separated with Miklo, we ditched the idea, but Ludogram said it was a good idea and we can do it, so they did it, and it's great.
Yeah, I personally think that it really adds a value to the game. And Ivan is talking about the jokes. Mariska is a funny girl, I find. She has a lot of sense of humor, and I kind of like it. She's very attaching as a character.
Yeah, actually, Mariska has this cold sense of humor that we have in Slavic country, and she's always realist about the tragedy of everyone's lives, but she jokes a little bit about it. But it's not jokes that make you laugh. It's jokes that enlighten you about what is around you.
Yeah, exactly. And here we have a choice that will make us move on to the main story. Because if you choose different paths, you can. I will. I will say it in other words. But the more curious you are, the more likely you will find useful stuff. Like as I just said before, resources mainly. So I find it interesting that you can experiment many paths in the game.
Yes, usually in a branch narrative game, the more curious you are, the more rewards you earn. But never forget that if you have to go somewhere, you will spend fuel to do that. You may have a tragic encounter with, I don't know, with wolves or strange beasts from the Slavic folklore. So it's an adventure, and it's your you have to make the good choice.
Yes, exactly. And here we are. There's the young girl, and it's yes, she's a rural girl. She's from the far north, and
Yes.
she's kind of mysterious, and she will accompany us all along our road trip in the end. And yeah, oh yeah. I don't really know what to do, and I need to go to look after my sick mother. Yes, and we will have to be in charge for this short road trip.
Yeah, Vassilissa. Here we have the three men people of the tale. Even we don't have the three men people of the Firebird game. Mariska, which is an incarnation of the Firebird. Ivan, which is the incarnation of Ivan, and Vassilissa, the beautiful. I don't know the name in English, but it's in French. It's Vassilissa, the very beautiful one, and it's some kind of magical witch in the Russian folklore. It's not really a witch. It's a magical girl, let's say. That's and she will yeah, they will go together in the far north. And Vasilisa is the some kind of gateway, some kind of key to the secret of the far north. But she's the one that will guide Mariska to the good part of herself. So you have to choose sometimes in the game either to follow your dream or follow Vasilisa, and this is the kind of choice we have to make every day in our life.
Yes, exactly. And she, at the beginning, she's so unsure about the girl, as we can see. So you've spoken about it last night, right? The girl. Yeah, of course. Oh, yeah, okay. So she's totally unknown to her. So, mm, what choice can I make here? Oh, do I look like a nanny? Kind of. Do I look like a nanny? Really? You're Mariska, a female trucker and owner of Firebird. Of course she is. Hmm. Oh, yes, as I said before, we are in trouble because we owe some people stuff. So I'm not gonna spoil everything, but
Yes. The city, I don't remember the name of the city in the Firebird at the beginning, but it's a real city, and Quentin did draw all the famous building of the city. Nice work he
yes.
made.
And talking about the art, he really made, I find, very beautiful landscapes too. We will see it in the full game mainly, but there are many moments where you can just admire the beauty of some landscapes or the sadness of some landscapes too.
Yes, it did beautiful things, and we at the beginning of the project we asked him to make in landscape style. So maybe we will print it somehow someday and make a art book out of it.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Oh.
Sometimes in the French version, I don't know for the English version, but sometimes in the French version you have clunky way of wording, and people may think that I'm not a good writer, but I did use a lot of proverbs and expression out of the Russian folklore, and that's I implemented them in French. I don't know how they have been translated in other language, but I did try to make it sound Russian.
I think it was taken into account, but yeah, Togwin didn't take it well. Oh, yeah, she better run, doesn't she? So you officially wants to give heavies. What does she want? Yeah, she better not be too funny about it. Dimitri, you'll come to a bad end. Okay, let's just move on. Oh, this is where you don't... Yeah, she has debts to pay, and maybe Vassilissa can do something about it. Maybe, I don't know if it's right now, but we will maybe soon have a little preview of the map, because the map is interesting too. We have the choice between several destinations. I think it's generally two of them, two destinations. And you can really see delimitations of some zones, and also you can have a small preview about what the destination is about.
Yes, and if you choose a spot, you can't go to the other ones. So every choice is definitive.
Yep, we have to.
So
Okay.
this is the part we are reading that I haven't written. I think that the narrative designer of the ludogram did add a small introduction of the game, and then everything I've written comes. But maybe the game needed an introduction.
Probably. I've got to say that I've not followed all the production of the game, so if you see familiar things, just say it. Oh, yes. Maybe she can help.
Yeah, this is where this is the beginning of what I wrote. All before it was not me, but this is a good work I did approve in the past from Ludogram.
Nice. Oof. So we want to know where she want to go first, because
Yes.
we know she has traditional clothes, but we don't know where she's from. Far to the north, so we have probably a long trip to go.
Yeah, I think that in French this is no risk. I saw that in the English translation say this is the Zavosk city. Maybe this is the same city. I don't know. Norilsk is one of the northernmost cities in Russia. So going far norther than than Norilsk is very far north.
Yeah, novel that we can imagine, I guess. Oh, yes. Maybe we can ask her about the name. Oh, yeah, it's the village. Oh, okay. And what can she offer to us? Food? Okay. Oh, yes, she doesn't have a lot, so. Is that all you've got? Yes, she has big bills to pay, so. Oh no. I don't like people who are crying. What do we want to ask first? Your village doesn't have a bigger budget. Maybe her village has gas. I don't know. Oh, poor Vassilissa. She makes me sad. Maybe she has family. I don't know. And I wanted to also ask, because we have Vassilissa, we just saw Ivan and Dimitri, but what kind of other characters are we likely to encounter during the game?
Mainly truckers and famous character from the Russian folklore. There is a you go north and you first it is in several parts. Let's say 3 parts, but it's maybe more. I don't want to spoil anything. But in the first parts, you are in the vanishing Russia, meaning that you are still in Russia, but building you encounter are likely to be empty or surrounded by snow. But you have real building from the real Russia. Then you have the mystic Russia. You may encounter, I don't know, Orthodox churches.
Mm-hmm.
And then you may snap to the mythic Russia. And then you may encounter, I don't know, Baba Yaga or famous figure like this one.
Yes, and I think we can also encounter animals, I guess.
Yes, animals, beasts, let's say mythical beasts. I like, which is called the rusalki or rusalka. It depends if you are speaking in Russian or in the singular or the plural. Rusalka are young maidens that have been drowned in rivers and they come back as some kind of ghosts, and you can meet them on the road to the north.
Yes, and there are also, I would say, yes, casual animals that,
Yes, such as wolves.
yes, exactly, that are from the country, that are typical from the country, but they also sometimes have a significant a meaning in the country, like the bear, for example. It has a meaning of strength, for example, in the country.
Yes, yes. You you may have many adventures. You are never alone. You are always with either Vasilisa or Ivan.
Never alone, at least in the truck. And she just offered us rare skins I would say, illegal skins to
Yeah.
get a lot of money, but Mariska is thinking hard about it. Oh, okay. She'll just take them. That's an appealing offer. Say apples, yes. Tiger apples. They seem to get along very well, though.
Yes. It's beginning a relationship, but it may evolve.
So, where should we go? Okay, let's go to the market. And here we have the map.
It's a small map because we are still in no risk or Zavots, but then you have a real map with roads and forking path.
Yes, we can have a quick preview here, but there are many places you can go, and on the screen at the bottom you can check out your resources and see how they are going. We can see that we don't have much money, so we have to be careful, but we have fuel. So every time we go to a place, we lose one fuel, and our truck is not in very good condition, so we have to be careful as well, because there are situations where we can unfortunately damage it even more. So we can be brave, but maybe not too much, because it can be bad for us. So now we can head to the market, the meat market even. And we just go here to the same place, but afterwards we can just go toward other places, unknown places. And I think you mentioned that there are other zones on the map, so I can go back to the map, but maybe we can see it here. But I think there are other, even new stuff below here. So yeah, I can close that. She's so strong. Yeah, it's so cold here, they don't even need a freezer. Okay. Is she? We can have the attention of someone, I think. But I kind of like these little sentences where she's like, "Are you serious, girl?" Oh, that's not good. I think we can even get into more trouble with Togwin. So let's just play it cool, right? I don't want to talk to you. Maybe we can just kind of apologize. Yes.
There is a nice scene effect, zoom effect that we don't have usually in the visual novel.
Yes, that puts a big accent on on this face. She is really not happy. Yes, she just described her, but she's a very resourceful girl. Oh, Ivan has a contract. Maybe we want to know more about it. Wow. Okay. That's something nice. Interesting. Where's it? Where's he? We want to know. Let's just lie. That's fine. Oh yeah, and I also forgot to say that the game will be available in French, English, and Russian. So let's find out. Oh, another favor. What does he want? I kind of like these little moments because it kind of give some pause in the game.
Yes, the game opens little by little. At the beginning, you have a lot of exposition dialogue and some kind of choices, and then at the main point, it goes a little bit like textual open world when you can go from one place to another one, and then use objects. But at the beginning, it's rather linear.
Yes, and I really like also the fact that they are kind of focused on something, but it's still animated. So I really find that it adds a little more. Yes, he's an ass, but that's not the point. Let's sure. You choose. Should we open it or not?
We should not open it because people that will buy the game will try to open it and see what's inside.
Oh, that's a good point. Let's just be straight and give it to him. Okay, so people that will play it, you can open the bag if you want. I won't do it for you. Sorry. Oh, a smile. So now we go back to Gwyn because we did what he wanted us to do. Okay. Okay, we have the address now.
Yes, it's a nice place where with colored buildings in Norisk.
Yes, I was about to mention the sunsets too. It's very. I really like the mix of colors here, and it's like that all along. The yes, the art of Quentin Vijou is really amazing, I think. Maybe we can just enter the room and then just stop here, I think. So I thought the knock was from from my room, but I just
Okay.
got scared. Okay. Yes, what's he still doing here? Okay. His mother's definitely not fine. Maybe, what do you think about we just enter the room and just stop the demo here so
that's okay to me.
Okay. Let's just try to find more about her mother. Oh, Vassilissa just offers something. Okay. We can trust her, I think. Okay, so now we are in the room. I just let them speak a bit. So if I'm not wrong, she will offer her help. Yes, she can hear her. She's a customer.
Well, sage is a plant.
Yes, it's a small plant. Yes. Okay, so I think we will stop here, but everybody who wants to go further can, because you will find out more about what will go on. There's not so much after that, but it's still cool to see the different choices you can make here. Well, I'm very happy that I could spend this moment with everybody. So Firebird will release this summer on PC first and then Nintendo Switch. Don't forget to wishlist the game if you enjoyed what you just saw here. Thank you so much for the support, and I will see you soon, I hope. Thank you, FibreTigre, for this moment as well.
Thank you,
That was
Ludogram.
very interesting to know more about the game. And
Thank you, Ludogram.
thank you. Yes. Bye bye, everyone. Take care and see you soon.